The Azim Premji University has released a revelatory report on social identities and labour outcomes in India. The report takes a stock of the effectiveness of economic growth in enabling structural change at the all India at state levels and delves into how this structural change relates with key social identities of gender, caste and religion. Hello, this is Monish Upadhyay for The Wire, and let's take a look at the key takeaways from the report. Number 1. Faster structural change. After stagnating since the 1980s, the share of workers with regular wage or salaried work started increasing in 2004, going from 18% to 25% for men and 10% to 25% for women. Between 2004 and 2017, around 3 million regular wage jobs were created annually, while between 2017 and 2019, this jumped to 5 million per year. However, since 2019, the pace of regular wage jobs creation has decreased due to the growth slowdown and the pandemic. Number 2. Upward mobility has increased. In 2004, over 80% sons of casual wage workers were themselves in casual employment. This was found to be the case for both scheduled caste and scheduled tribe workers and other castes. For non-SC/ST castes, this fell from 83% to 53% by 2018, and incidence of better quality work such as regular salaried jobs also increased. It fell for SC/ST castes as well, but to a lesser extent, for that from 86% to 76%. Number 3. Caste-based segregation has reduced. In the early 1980s, scheduled caste workers were more than 5 times overrepresented in waste-related work and over 4 times in leather-related work. This has declined rapidly over time, though it is not completely eliminated. In the leather industry, the representation index declined sharply to 1.4 in 2021. In waste management and sewerage, over-representation of SCs decreased to 1.6 times in 2011. However, it has slightly increased again. Number 4. Gender-based earning disparities have reduced. In 2004, salaried women workers earned 70% of what men earned. By 2017, the gap has reduced and women earned 76% of what men did. Since then, the gap has remained constant so far. Number 5. Connection between growth and good jobs remains weak. Since the 1990s, it has been observed that year-on-year non-farm GDP growth and non-farm employment growth are uncorrelated with each other, suggesting that policies promoting faster growth need not promote faster job creation. However, between 2004 and 2019, on average, growth translated to decent employment. This was interrupted by the pandemic, which caused larger growth in distress employment. Number 6. Unemployment is falling but remains high. Post-COVID, the unemployment rate is lower than it was pre-COVID for all education levels. However, the situation is not that great. Unemployment rate remains above 15% for graduates, and more worryingly, it touches a huge 42% for graduates under 25 years. Number 7. After falling for years, women's workforce participation rate is rising, but not for the right reasons. After falling or being stagnant since 2004, female employment rates have risen since 2019 due to a distress-led increase in self-employment. Before COVID, 50% of women were self-employed. After COVID, this rose to 60%. As a result, earnings from self-employment declined in real terms over this period. Even 2 years after the 2020 lockdown, self-employment earnings are only 85% of what they had been in the April to June 2019 quarter. Number 8. Gender norms continue to be significant for women's employment. The report found that as husband's income rises, women are less likely to work. In urban areas, after the husband's income crosses Rs 40,000 per month, the chance of the wife working increases again, thus indicating a U-shaped relationship. However, the analysis found a strong intergenerational effect of gender norms. Compared to households where there is no mother-in-law present, married women living in households with an employed mother-in-law are 20% for rural areas to 30% for urban areas less likely to be employed. However, if the mother-in-law is employed herself, daughters-in-law are 50% for rural areas to 70% for urban areas are more likely to be employed. Number 9. Low caste entrepreneurs are still rare. The report finds that even in the smallest firm sizes, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe owners are underrepresented compared to their share in the overall workforce. But even most significantly, SC and ST owners are barely represented among firms employing more than 20 workers. Correspondingly, upper caste overrepresentation increases with firm size. Thus, the report points out towards the glaring discrimination on the basis of caste, gender, and religion, which prevents access to opportunities and plays a role in low workforce participation rates and unemployment. Thus, it becomes important to keep such observations in mind while formulating policies.